Got a bit of an interesting one for you today. We're out for a beautiful snowy sunset spins rounds. Got a little bit more than an hour before the sun goes down, but in my bag, I've taken out my Disc Life Crisis bag because it's kind of gonna start being the end of that as I reintroduce molds that I loved from last year and just try to figure out what I'm gonna be bagging for the 2025 season. And because of that, I've actually pulled out all of my custom discs from this last year that are still for sale on infinitedisc.com. And we're gonna play around here at Adams Hollow Disc Golf Course. And if I can't shoot 5 down, then for every stroke worse than 5 under par, I'll put one of these guys in my 50K subscriber giveaway. I think I should be able to do it. And as we're going throughout the round and I show you what each of these discs are, I'll let you know how many of them are still available on Infinite, because these are all the discs of mine that didn't sell. Surprisingly, someone else is out here on hole 1 right now. So I guess I'll show you one of the 2 discs I'll be throwing off hole 1, which is gonna be my Signature Edition UV Glow Bodanza Blend Marvel from Birdie Disc Golf Supply. This is what I putted with all of last year. And now I'm putting with P2Xs in my off-season bag. Honestly, in my basement, just practicing with everything. So we'll be putting with these again today. Oh, it's so cold out. But what's kind of cool is I haven't gotten a chance to check these out, so I figured I'd bring them out for today. Birdie actually came out with a Neon Blend Soft Marble, which actually, since it's so cold, feels a little better. So I might end up putting with these, but they have pinks and greens and maybe some purples. I'll try to throw one time today. Actually, I'll just show you that here. Hopefully you just saw an ace, but probably not. And then I might putt with these for a little bit today while we throw all 12 different discs that are in here. Most of them are different molds, but I think one is duplicate. Let's get on to hole 1. This is actually a marble that I got my last ace of the year with, I think, September 21st. Infinite just restocked these, so there's like 170 of them on the site. They were down to like 10 or 20, I think, maybe a little more, but they ended up getting restocked because there were still some blanks, so they just restamped them. Good flyers. Once they're beat in, they're a little bit straighter than those other marbles that you saw in the intro. Oh, hit the tree. Dang it. You know what? I was going to throw a second mold. I'll just throw another one of these marbles. Why not? 2 off the top. Not as flippy as I expected. Looks like we're taking the first one. Luckily, I think that's the only white disc in here. I really hope so, because the snow is out. It just got a lot of snow yesterday. So if you have good video ideas for the snow, challenges, or just ideas in general, please let me know. I want to still be able to film when it snows out. I do enjoy disc golf a decent bit less when it's snowy. But it really is beautiful out. Brutal. I don't think I'll be putting with marbles again for this year. Maybe something beaded. I've really been liking the roach too in my basement, so we'll see. Like I hinted at a little bit earlier, this video is kind of twofold. One, these discs haven't sold, so if anything strikes your fancy, go ahead and pick them up. But twofold, a lot of these discs have my custom stamps on them from throughout the year because I loved these discs, and I intentionally took all of them out of my bag to just mess around with some fun stuff in the off season. So today I'm gonna see if I kind of rekindle any spark with any of these bad boys, and maybe we'll put it back in my Disc Life Crisis bag. Because if the snow kind of goes away by this weekend, I might sign up for like a flex start in a C tier. If the snow stays, probably not gonna do that, but we'll see. Hole 2 is a beauty between those trees way down there. 517 foot par 4. Not gonna have any skip play today. And what we're gonna throw off of this tee is this Halo Pharaoh from my Pacific Northwest swing. There's only 7 of these available, and they're all the same colorway, which is not this one. I actually had that colorway, but I ended up selling it in a mystery box. I really enjoyed this stamp. Big shout out to Keith Gladwell. He designed 3 of the stamps. Actually, one of them I don't have, which is a zone. I still have one for my Texas swing, still available, I believe, and it's the last one. So it should be a bit of a bomber. Since I'm still warming up, I'll probably end up trying to throw a little flatter than hyzer, because we also have a little tailwind. Get over that mound. Right on top. We'll take it. Should be able to pitch up for a birdie. Third disc I'd like to introduce you to is also Pacific Northwest swing. This is the A2. 2 of these left, and they're in this 500 Spectrum plastic, and in the cold they're actually pretty nice. This blue one, hopefully I can just get up and down with pretty easily, because it is very snowy out here, and I might not be able to see it again. But it's a very overstable, reliable mid-range, one that like Gannon loved when he was on Prodigy, and everybody on Prodigy basically throws. I know Prodigy's been getting a bad rap recently. Maybe some of it's well-deserved, maybe not. I just throw discs, and the A2 is a good one. That's just so predictable and consistent. I tanked the pole. I tanked it, baby. Gotta make sure to do your tap-ins with the left hand. Keep the righty dry. Good disc. Well, 3 is right at 300 feet. You may be able to see a flag waving there. Kind of headwind the whole way. Oh, actually, I forgot about this one. This disc is not a very popular mold at all. When I first joined the team, we ran this Bodanza stamp. If you want to see this stamp make a comeback, let me know if that's something that you would like. But we did these double stamped Bodanza Infinite logos with some cameras as kind of the background, because that's the reason I got the sponsorship. And the Inca is a 5502 kind of big bead, wide diameter rock style disc that is a little overstable, but mostly just straight with a little finish. That doesn't get a lot of love, and personally, it's not my favorite disc, but if you like these rock style beaded mid-ranges, it's pretty solid, and I think I still have 7 to 10 of these left. So we'll try to just smooth a hyzer out there. It was just a little glidier and less overstable than what I thought. It's very similar to like my S-Blend Chariots that I would throw, just a different hand feel. This is the fun of snow golf. Oh gosh. Oh, should not have run down that. Bad idea. I think I'm just out of frame. Unfortunate. Hey, look, it's you. Here's the basket. My disc is right over here, so we'll snag a dry one of these guys. Oh, that's a little wet. Oh, that's really wet. That's mostly dry. Great little shot here. I'll make sure to set up my framing correctly next time so I don't have to try to putt with the camera in my hand. For some reason, it's more comfortable for me to putt with that in my hand, the tripod and the camera, than my phone. I don't know why. Ooh, I forgot about this. I was thinking I was gonna have to rethrow the Pharaoh, which would not be bad, but these were my kind of last run Bodanza disc golf stamps. I ended up not really changing that logo until the beginning of this year, and these are on concrete Emperors, meaning that it's a luster combined with some metal flake. They're pretty understable in this yellow, and they were just generally just straight bombers in the other colors that they had. So we have a little bit of right to left, and this hole's 430 feet. Honestly, similar hyzer to the Pharaoh on the other hole. And hopefully I can get close to a putt, but these are kind of pumps for me today. Oh, the disc did it for me though. That's so good. I think that is like within 15 feet. I'm setting it up in frame and draining this putt this time. When you go and check out the Emperor's side of Infinite, I think there's like 39 of them left. There's actually one other type of Emperor that I still have in the bag yet to throw. We'll throw it probably in a couple holes. If you scroll a little bit past those, since those are all lightweight, you'll find these metal flake and concrete Emperors, and these are kind of the bomber ones. Super comfy feeling, especially when it's a little colder out. A little two-step 430-foot hyzer, I think. Maybe it's a little short. Didn't quite make it as close as I thought. Definitely not bad though. Don't like that. Well, 1 down through 4. Now speaking of the Bodanza stamp, there's this G-Blend tomb. There are Halo ones, which are a little more overstable. And this is actually surprisingly overstable too for how pop top it is. But G-Blend is similar, if not identical, to Innova's G-Star. Well, it's always a little more overstable than I expected. Highlight putt, baby. Oh! I think if I can be 2 down through the front 9, I feel pretty good about my chances, because there are 2 par 4s on the back. Hole 6, 332 to the pin that's just kind of perched up on the ledge. But I think what I'm going to go for is staying in that Bodanza family, and we'll throw this Composite Era, which is a straight to overstable 10-speed from finish line. This one specifically, the Composite, is very similar to Romans, specifically like a stable-ish one, not the most overstable ones. This is going to be a touch of flex out of the hand just to pull it left to right a little so that it can spike in. Did I actually do what I wanted for once? Yes! We got a putt! I might as well show you here, but I also have my Halloween stamped Romans. Big shout out to Cobone or Kelly Baber, his art, for making this stamp a reality. I really love these. There are 7 of those eras left as of right now, and I think there's like 19 of these, which is such a good run of the Roman. I just think they didn't sell crazy well because it's not the new Proto Glow from Innova. It's the older run, but that's what I ran my Texas Swing stamp in, and I was just throwing this specific disc, this run of disc, all over the place. So I ran them in this plastic, and because the glow's not as great, I don't think they sold nearly as well as if I just run Proto Glow ones, because I sold a worse stamp on Proto Glows and it sold better. So we'll throw this. It's gonna be straighter than that one, but the beefier Romans are gonna be pretty similar to that era. Touch of hyzer. Oh, it's gonna be a little shorter. This one probably needed a little bit of flex, or put a couple more horsey powers in there. Here, we'll try this pink Marvel. I actually really like this new soft blend. It's kind of swirly too. The neon soft is sick. Oh gosh. All right, in my spot with it. I do think the extra grip definitely helps. Kind of surprisingly, one of my favorite stamps still from last year. Maybe just nostalgia because it was like the first stamp that I ran with Infinite, but it's this one still. And this is a Chariot in that same Metal Flake, but this is Metal Flake Glow. Actually, it's the same. It's the same Metal Flake Glow as the Roman. But I still have a decent amount of Chariots on the site. I think I have some from the Texas Swing, some S-Blend ones, which are a little more overstable. And these are pretty straight. I probably shouldn't be throwing that on this hole though, because I just remembered that even though this is normally a mid-range hole for me, today it might be a freaking distance driver. So, throw one that did not sell almost at all, but it was, I think, a really good disc, and I didn't really promo it that much because this is my original stamp plus the VIP. All of them had the same kind of colorway, and they were either in pink or blue. And I think there's still 17 of these available, and it's the Dynasty, which is the old Discmania CD2 mold when it was made by Innova. Now it's the Infinite Dynasty, and it's in that same Metal Flake Color Glow plastic, which feels so good all around. This is just pretty similar to my Halo Sphinxes. That it's definitely a step between those and my Romans, but I just didn't really carry it that much this year. So I'm just gonna try to smooth it flat, let it drift because it's a little understable, and 355 perched on the mound. I thought it was an ace run. It was 25 feet short. But that's just a beautiful, beautiful flight. And I'll tell you what I mean, because I actually do have my Halo Sphinxes. You guys love these. These sold very well, very much. I so appreciate it. But there's still some available. I think there's like 130 available still right now on the retail side. If you guys do sell those out, there's more from the wholesale side that they can pull to retail, I believe. But this is going to be very similar to that. This is from my second run 2, because they had to reorder more from Innova because you guys sold out the first run. And maybe we'll carry on the tradition, maybe we won't. You'll have to see what will happen. It's going to be awesome. But try to throw a similar shot. Oh man, I miss that disc so much. Those Halo ones, they hold their beat in this pretty well. The Dynasties beat in a little faster, just because the different types of plastic. The Metal Flake beats in faster than the Halo. And if I was to run Sphinxes again in whatever, I would hope that they come out maybe a little more understable than that. But that's such an easy flight to get 360 feet. I just love that disc. That's one of the discs I really miss being in the bag, and might come back in the bag after today. It's just so good. I think it might just be me. I'm gonna have to pick up the pace a little bit. 2 through 7 on the hole number 8, where I think I will throw that Chariot because it's pretty straight and it's 300 feet. And if it sits down by the basket, the snow should catch it. And then I think we're pretty much done showing off all the discs. Ooh, except for that overstable Halo lightweight Emperor. Pretty overstable still for being a little lightweight. Of course, if you want to snag any of these, please feel free. But like I always say, which is especially important with, I know a lot of economic downturn going on just all over the place, not only in disc golf, but if you can't afford any of these, or you just want to buy someone else's discs instead, like just watching my videos, I feel so honored. So never feel any obligation, but I'll always give you the option. Should be pretty good. Honestly, didn't expect this. I shorted it outside the circle. Confident. Oh, I feel like I did not deserve that, but I'll take a par. Ooh, maybe we just throw that Emperor. It's only 290 feet, but we'll forehand it, the overstable one. That throw was definitely not a beauty. Ew. Well, it looks like I'll get my wish of 2 down through 9 holes, as long as I can get up and down from wherever I just launched that Emperor to. That was a weird feeling forehand. Hey, it's a par. .390 past that leaning tree. Get out of it. Oh, it's low. .410 par 3. Oh, that's perfect. Let's go. Hey, quick question. Does anybody actually like playing disc golf in the snow? Or do we all just tolerate it because we are a little too psycho about how much we love disc golf? Oh, it's way too straight, dude. You threw it right where you're aiming, though. Get around it. Oh, it faded. Oh. Here, hopefully to get a good idea of it, we'll throw this Halo Emperor. That'd have been pretty good to do, though. Whew. Yep. Yes, let's go. 5 holes to play, I think. Only need to get one of them. And we got 2 par 4s left. It's looking pretty good for me. Ah, I flipped. Oh, gosh. Oh, that's a pretty good attempt. I'm happy with that. Good birdie. Nice flip. I did totally forget to mention, there are 2 discs that I don't even have right now. One is an alpaca with that same last van run stamp that's on alpacas. And then there are a couple of just my OG Bodanza stamp, the first one with Infinite, that are on Muses, which I've never thrown before, but are pretty round putters. I just threw down some. So 2 to 4 each of those available, but if someone wants to just go in and clear out all my inventory, feel free. It's maybe too many marbles. 170 is a lot of marbles, but everything else, sell it out, baby. Get these next 2, and 7 down suddenly becomes a pretty respectable score out here. .600 par, definitely respectable. Beautiful night out. I can't wait for this snow to melt, but I'm glad I was able to get out and play. Playing is better than not, especially if you can temper your expectations. And 6 down, I'm pretty happy with, to be honest with you. This gave me some ideas for next year. This dynasty, or a dynasty, probably gonna be making the bag this year. Subscribe to follow along for that journey, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Probably in my basement working on some form, because if this doesn't melt, I ain't coming back out.